Haha! Oh wow. Whatever. Better late than never, I guess. Check. Microphone thingy squiggles. Song squiggles. Good. Welcome. Technical difficulties. My I don't think I can show you, but the cable to the camera was twisted a lot, and then I stressed around with the cable behind the screen, and well, I managed in the end. Cool. Welcome, welcome. I just come from doing lots of prototyping, I should say. Prototyping for the big update next year. Um, yeah, I won't say anything more, but it's going to be interesting to see how far I can push the game while still being kind of the same game in the end. But there are some cool things coming up for sure. Anyhow, today I am going to. I think, yeah, I'm going to work on the. If you have seen the Halloween update, that should have ended not too long ago actually. There is a new item that looks like this. It basically allows you to start the pumpkin, the Halloween, or I forgot what the name was now in lore. Ah, it's not that long ago. Something Vigil, I think. Harvest Vigil. Allo? Anub? Yeah, Harvest Vigil, I think. Where was I? Harvest Vigil. And this thing basically triggers the event. And the final thing for the holiday event for me to do is to basically make the same thing but for that event. And I'm actually going to reuse the same item, so it's the variation that triggers the thing. So I guess if you, yeah, I guess you could switch the variation in game to switch, or have one of each for whatever you want to trigger. I figure that would be an interesting or a more fun route to go than, oh, this shadow is off. I should fix that. It might be a better way to go than having, like dedicated items. Because I find it a bit boring when I fill up the store with 8 items that are sort of maybe you will use, maybe not. Kind of one time, not very interesting use thingies. Oh, itchy. So yeah, I figured using variations instead might be better. So that's the plan for today. I feel like it's not going to be too big of a task because I will reuse the base. So it's going to be some kind of item up top, only to make. And I mean, if it's super quick, it never is. I guess I can find some bonus thing to work on. I still have a lot of work to do for future stuff. I'm not sure what I would want to show there though, but we will figure something out. But that's the plan for today. So nothing super crazy. But yeah, let's, just have fun anyway doing it. And this is strange. I don't like having pinned animation layers. Anything else? No, I don't think so. Let's just dive into it, see how it goes, see who shows up in the stream, and let's fix the shadow actually. I don't think I did this on stream, no? No, I don't think I did. So it's not a continuation stream, I guess. The first thing to do is to resize the canvas, so 48 by, oh, that's 96, it should be. Okay, that's not good, so we need a new frame. Here we go. Because the frame before wasn't exactly the same width that we need, so it's a bit misleading. Did we say 96? Aha! And then we just fill this side. Now we're good to go. Let's test. Oh, right, I did this. So this was like a concept I was just trying out. This was a really hard one for me to make. I didn't feel very how do you say it? Very inspired for these kind of items. It's not my favorite item to make. Maybe I should say put it like that. So I had to try some things out, and that's okay. I don't need to do this. And this was one of the things, sort of like a box with an item in it. And then I didn't really like. I mean, it's fine, but in the end, it just looks like a cube. Visually, I find it quite boring, even though, I mean, it can work, but I feel like it wouldn't work in the game. So I went with this instead, which is kind of weird as well. Yeah. It's not my favorite item, but I don't hate it. It does what it's supposed to do. So there you go. Let's copy this. Plop, plop. So holiday. Oh, speaking of. Aha, the shadow is another layer. Think. I think it would make sense to... Probably this would make the most sense, actually. I'm organizing. So we have the bottom. Maybe those bits. And then the shadow. These are sort of the template stuff. Ah, no. I have no idea what I just did. I think I created a picture from that layer. Oh, I moved? Okay. I didn't know that was a feature. Come on, I just wanna... I'm going to use the clones for these, I think. It's sort of like base. Clone layer into Halloween. Then we can remove these. That should look... Am I stupid? Background. Okay, something is very strange. Oh, the base, right. That should be invisible. Good. Or the template. Base. Oh, why did I make the template? That's actually... No, I need one. Never mind. Template. Good. Because now we can duplicate this one. Move it into the holiday one. Like so. Shift it over. There we go. The top. I need to... Well, anyhow. So that's my plan, I guess. Now I need to fill something here. That's not a pumpkin. I should have thought of that. Well, I have. One idea I have is to have like a gift. That would be so quick to make because I have the... Okay, some spoilers coming up. Is it called gifts maybe? Yes. I have these. And I could reuse one. Let's see how that, at least how that looks. Like in theory it would be something like this. And it definitely, for me, works from a... How do you put it? Like understandability point of view. Like if anyone sees this, there will be... How do... It's instantly clear what this is about, basically. So maybe it's done and we can move on to another thing. Because I'm quite happy, actually. I like that it's green. Different color. Or is this just the shortest stream? Maybe we can do some embellishments. Have some fun with it. Do we have another slightly? Yeah, we do. Now I kind of feel like updating the other ones as well. Oh, this is the wrong. Silly me. Well, let's merge. I like merging anyway. I guess I did a slide. See you next week, exactly. That's how it feels, right? Yeah. It was bound to happen at some point. No, but we'll figure something else out. I need to fill 45 minutes now at least. I kind of thought I want the top kind of being in the same on the same height, so when you switch the variations, you don't really notice the difference. I wonder if I should have, because I need to hold on. Let me check a thing, because I need to update the text string as well. Oh, that's I need to. I should do that next month though. Never mind. Because we're having an update coming out in 10 days or so. 9 days. The plan is to have it out around the 22nd. And that one has nothing super exciting. A bug fix, a couple of new settings. I did add a new lore image that was cut from the original release, and I just wanted to have it in. And I also... What else was there? I don't remember. No, I polished the council creatures moving around as well, just for... I didn't like that they were so old in their tech or in their design concept. It's not a big difference, it's just a tiny movement of their hat, basically. Where was I going with this? Right, there's an update coming out. And then after that one there will be a point patch on top of that adds basically this one, because I don't want to release it. Well, the idea is I could release it all in one go and you can have the holiday event in November, but I wanted to wait until this. I don't know why. It just feels like a good idea to, at least for the first version, have it launch in December. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, something about yeah, right. And I wanted to update the text for this item as well, just to reflect that the variation is important, just so people get that. But cool. I think I will just save this and be done with this for now, and then we need to move on to something else. The height is... Why it's so big? Why is it so big? Better. Oops. There we go. I won't export it now then, since... Right, I wanted to check this then. Because we have the gift one. All of these could be polished a bit, I think. Let's see. We go back into the secret folder. We have seen it many times before. I just don't know what's where right now, because my current state of prototyping for the bigger one is not super structured yet, because I don't know what's going to be kept. So I'm not spending too much time on like the details. So there are lots of placeholders and such as well. Whoops. Yeah. Okay. I kind of like this. And also what we could do is then... Yeah. I think that's a good change. Manual work for all of them, however. So then we just need... Ah, good. A bit more of this. Then we can move on to number 3. Probably not the most exciting stream. uh, 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 uh. There we go. But the good news is, for once, the stream will end after, you know, like an hour or so. I feel like. I think we did one of those. That was because I basically had no choice but to bounce. I think I had to leave for something at that point. So I didn't really have a choice but to leave, not early, on time. So I feel like maybe it's a good thing. We did a lot of long streams, and then today is making up for it, maybe. But it's good, I guess. Yeah, I'm not completely convinced by this line. A ribbon would be nice, actually. It could be nice. I don't know why I didn't think of that. As long as it doesn't poke out too much, because these are stackable. So if they would, it might be weird when they're stacked, but like, yeah, let's try a ribbon as well. Could also make little, I don't know what you say in English, like little not notes, but to from messages. I don't know if you even have that wherever you are. Let's experiment. Let's make this the best gift ever. Yeah. And the last one. That's the drawback with having a billion variations is I'm not even sure it was a good idea. Because I have a medium height, a short one, and a tall one. And in 3 colors. I mean, I could have just had the cubey one and gone with more colors instead. You know, like a purple one. I don't know, what do you think, Anub? Because I thought, you know, let's have a different height in case you want to have a tall one and a short one, and because it makes for interesting verticality. Not that I expect people to place a lot of gifts in their garden, but you know. Oops. I should probably have added that one as well. Yeah, that's better. And there. And there. Boom. This is a good change. Oh, maybe I should. Yeah. Good. Good change. Let's try a ribbon as well. How do we... No. Not again. What's the new... Insert is add a paint layer. What? Oh, I have removed insert on my keyboard, right? Because I never used it. I rebounded. Never mind. Maybe add other types of presents as a second set of presents. Ones with other colors, but also patterns to excuse buying another item. Like striped or square patterns. That's since it's a stream and I need to create 34 more minutes. Let's do what we normally do. Presents. Presents, gifts. Why is it so slow? I don't have my VPN up even. That way you could have 3 other colors without bloating the first item. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, could make sense. So the idea is you actually receive these in a weird way. Well, if you have played the Halloween bits, it's basically the same. You have... There's not that much... I'm just thinking now. There's not that many new items in for the update. It's a really small one, the event. It's basically just having some fun. I mean, it would make sense. I mean, we have the time, so I could as well make another set. Sometimes I want... Or I could just bake them in here as well. Like, well, the idea is at least you're not going to have to buy them in store. Or maybe, I mean, I could add that as well, like one of them. But that would actually devalue the event itself. So maybe not. But it doesn't really change much if I just add a billion more variations. Like, well, it would change if they are a shape that's not stackable. Let's see, what did you say? Hello, Waffles. Welcome back. Did you do anything animation-wise since last? Because it's been a new thing every week since a while, I feel. Second set of present. Ones with other colors, but also patterns. So patterns, that's still like texture-wise. Because if you had like a non-rectangle... I don't know what you say in 3 dimensions, but in 2 dimensions it would be rectangular, I guess. If you had a non-rectangular one, you know, like a sphere or... That's basically gifts, right? Yeah. Rectangular, you have the spheres. You could have a cylinder. I guess patterns make sense. Let's try some stuff. Trying is good. Okay, what did we say? We said ribbon. I've started introducing the characters. Nice. One for each video. I'm 2/5 on the way, and I've been redoing the 3rd one for the past week. Okay. Back, yeah. But are those new videos I haven't seen? Sorry, my thing now is after each stream I check out your animations. Buying, think I now have a... Okay, but I think I now have a working script. Nice. Doing amazing. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. That's a good feeling when it feels like you're onto something. Right now with the game I'm doing lots of prototyping and it's still a bit uncertain what's fun and what I should keep and what I should throw out and just keep as normal. Like, it's not going to be a huge... This is the worst ribbon. How do I... Because they're so small and I still need to convey shape and shade and light angles. Anyhow, what was I saying? Right, with the prototyping and stuff, I'm still a bit uneasy about how I feel about it. Or how it's going, I guess. But it will get there. I know the feeling. It's not my first rodeo. Is that good? I feel like they should be... not great. Try a bit more. this so far is the best attempt, but it's not good enough. Oh, we could use the background as well. Not too bad, I guess. So again, if it's something stacked on top, it would look strange if it's like a small item. So I think I need a ribbon to be either smaller and inconsequential, and you know, somewhere like on the side. I don't know how you, okay, I guess there are different types of ribbons as well. So like there's the ribbon you do with the, I have no idea what it's called in any language, like the red bit here, you could do like a ribbon like so. And sometimes there's also the, I don't know what to call it, the note. Let's say there's a note here, and then there's a ribbon attached to that one. Oh, that looks already really cute. Already like it better than what I already did. It's your passion. Ah, that's so cool. It's a good feeling when you're doing something that you want to do. I had it this week with, again, with the game. Like, it's been a while since I did anything super creative, because making the holiday stuff, and you know, it's not uncreative, but it's also not the most creative thing. Because it basically is working on the same game, the same story, the same everything, and doing the DLC thing has really, well, it allows me to be a bit more creative. And then I found, oh, I really like this. I remember how much I like the development side of games. All I'm trying to say is I can relate. I don't know why I removed the other bit. That was stupid. But this could be like a variation as well. I actually think it looks rather cute. It's definitely not... Well, it's not too bad. Add some shine to it. As usual, 1 pixel stuff is a bit rough. That's way too dark. It's ribbons that look like antlers. But again, okay, so this one works quite well, because if we take... pretend there's a pitch torch on top, which it can have. It's not going to look too bad. Like, I'm slightly scared of the ribbon looking very strange when you put a... Well, there's not too much you can put on top. I guess it would be pitch torch and... I guess the lantern. Sorry. You have not been talking too much about it at all. It's fun to hear how it goes. It's going well. It's like the game is not... I'm not doing too much on the base game, or, well, I am. But the base game ain't getting too much this year. So there's the next event you can see ahead of you right now. And then with some minor fixes and a new mod thing and a couple of new settings. But No, you can't hear that. That's good. Windows made a beep. But it's not super exciting. But I'm full swing actually doing prototyping for the next big thing. So, and that's going okay. That's going okay. Unfortunately, not much to show yet because it's still in the figure out phase. So there's no good assets. Everything is placeholder or just old assets as I'm working on gameplay. But there's some really cool text coming in. So if everything turns out ish the way I want, imagine it, there's going to be, well, there's going to be, the weather stuff will have some improvements. There's, I don't want to say too much, but there's going to be some cool things that people have asked for. And even in the base game, you know, for free. And the modding stuff is going to be even more exciting as well. Like I did a little sneak hint of a new field called heat for items, but that's all I'm gonna say now, because there is more. I feel like the sky is the limit, and I've kind of pushing the engine now to the limit of what's doable, but there's still room to push. So given, you know, I will see how the reception is for the DLC. Obviously it won't be as successful or, you know, as the base thing, but it will be interesting to see if it's, you know, worthy to continue making other kind of not base game experiences that still improve the base game, if that makes sense. You'll go for a little bit, kind of busy. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Have a good day, Waffles. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, basically, I have some cool ideas that don't really fit in the normal game. You know, if you bought Horticular, I'm not going to ruin that experience and say now it's a settlement survival game. But in the expansion stuff, I think that's fine, because it's basically, so for instance, one thing I can say right now, the plan is not to have the Hortic Day enabled, for instance. We'll see with the expansions, like when you buy plots. I'm currently not having that enabled either. To just shift, how do you put it? To stir the pot or something a bit. Still the same kind of experience with earning money and stuff, but just some different twists to everything. I want to try that. So given, you know, if it does well enough and I can continue doing those, that would be really cool. Because there's definitely room left to push the tech. That's kind of the most boring part when for me at least, making the game. At some point I have to just confine myself to, this is the feature set, these are the limits, this is how everything is going to work, and now we have to fill it with the content, and you know, these crazy ideas of what ifs just had to go at some point. There's some odd stuff in there that I wanted to try, you know, like there's the pressure plate where you cannot do much with it, but it activates items surrounding it. It's sort of like the pressure plate in Minecraft, and you can make a little course for a keeper and make it run home and make it trigger pressure plates, and if you have note blocks you can make it play a song. But it's like, yeah, it was one of those odd ideas I wanted to try to have in, but I don't think it makes a big difference to the experience of the game. But I also learned people really like creatures. I should do a poll, probably. I don't know if I did one, but a poll in Discord or so, like if it's creatures or items or story or whatever people enjoy most. But we'll see. We'll see. But I definitely have the feel of, you know, like a noob has made, well, Redstone, let's go. Exactly. It's sort of like that. On the one hand, it's really cool. On the other hand, I'm not sure anyone would enjoy it as much. I mean, maybe some people would, and but you know, it's like your mods, Anub. It's your mods have a billion creatures, and I think it's for a reason because people like creatures, and you have a lot of cool items as well. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Personally, I enjoy animals and little critters the most. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I get. It's sort of like people like animals and they're cute, so the game is sort of about creating their habitats in many aspects, so it makes sense. So probably that's where I will focus most of my energy if that's the case. It's also the keepers, because they are, I think I talked about that in Discord at some point. They are animals, or I mean, since you're a modder, you know exactly how it's set up. It's basically just like another animal, but with a gnome type. It would be cool to do more with keepers. I think I did some blurb on that at some point in Discord. And I'm actually exploring that a bit right now in the upcoming stuff, to make them a bit more involved. Not super much. I don't want to push it too much. I'm a bit, you know, I don't know what to say. I think I've seen it in other games as well, you know, like there's these updates, and in the beginning it's, you know, just some few extra things, but the more the more they work on it, the more they keep pushing things, and then they have a last you know, last one before they move on to another project, and that's where they dare to push the limits a lot. Yeah, I don't know, I look forward to those things the most, so much. I don't know if that's obvious or you can hear that. Movements trigger my monkey brain. Yeah, I agree. And for me, it was always a thing about being able to like design-wise. I have a few pillars, I call them. I'm not sure I remember all of them right now. I have them written down. And one is the creativity side. And for me, it was always a thing where the player should always be able to be creative and make things pretty without maybe necessarily being a creative person. So the game should do as much lifting as possible. And one way to do that is to have literally that, like movement. Like exactly what you say, sort of like, I know the game doesn't have too many idle animations or things like that. Basically, because of time, in the end I need to get the game out. So I focused on having a bit more creatures and content, and then, you know, elaborate animation sets. But for instance, like the bat, it took a bit of time to add the tech. Not too much time, I think, but a bit of time to add the tech for it, and it's already moving a bit more, you know, like it's hanging upside down, it sits on a wall. I think it only has, you know, one more animation, but you know, just the fact that you can now set idling chance or behavior, no, idling frequency, like a percentage, changes a lot. I don't remember which other creature it was, but I know I wanted it for something else as well. You know, like always have movement on screen. And one thing you have seen is, of course, the new effect support for items. You know what? I could actually show you even launch the game, but it's really cool. It's not a big thing, you know. It's, every game has it. It just was never the biggest most important thing for the game. But now it's there, and you can basically say which part of each variation has the effect. As you say, a height and X offset. So for instance, the cottages can have smoke coming out of their little chimneys. But yeah, it's going to be used for some cool things. And also, what more is it? You got me so when you said movement, it's kind of what I want to add more of. So the base game have, you know, you have these weird flower effects coming from flowers when it's windy, and I don't know if you even see them, but things like that. There's going to be a bit more of. That's my plan. And I also need to, since it's going to be cold, of course, we cannot have rain when it's cold, or at least not when it's very cold. I'll let you figure out what it's going to be. But that needs to look different, and right now the rain is just a shader layer on top of everything, which is super simple and cheap, but basically, well, I need to test that out, but I don't think I would need too many particles to make rain work anyway, and I might as well optimize the particle system a bit, and then it's going to be a new, even better looking rain, I think, since I can do more things with it, like rain doesn't fall on certain tiles, or one thing I want to have is the new rain type, whatever that is, actually have some spawn, you know, when you have like a fire, that they actually float around up instead of just falling down. Just for movement, monkey brain stuff. I don't know, I like it so much. I want to add more of it. And I feel like now that the game is out, I can take some more liberty with actually adding more of those cool things. I don't know. Sorry for this monologue. It's it is what it is. Let's read what you said. I understand, rarely add eating idle animation because I die. No, you can add idling, you can add eating, you can add sleeping. And you know, for most creatures, just having the frog sitting there, it's okay for sleeping, right? But yeah, if you really want to push it, it's doable. You actually have the... No, that's not used too much for creatures, but there's also the action one. It basically has magic for keepers. Yeah, so much you could do if you wanted to. I've done 2 flying ground water... Holy moly. Yeah, that's a rough one. But I've done 2 flying ground water creatures with idle and action. It took so long. I know. I have to push myself when I do these creatures. Like, I really want to finish them and tick them off, like the box, but it's so much work. I'm getting faster, but it's so much work. It's easy to want to cheat and, you know, say, maybe the creature doesn't need to swim. Acid rain update when? Exactly. That's what I meant. Well, that's a good idea for the other... I shouldn't spoil that one idea I have. But I have another idea for another type of world. That's not... Well... We'll see. We'll see. What do you think about the ribbon, by the way? I just had a monologue now for 10 minutes. Oh, God. I'm definitely not efficient. Right, I wanted to try the... What's it called? Some kind of item on top. Not lamp. It's called, not torch. Lantern. There we go. Yep. Yep. Because I think it would be stackable on top. And it would look like this. It's not too bad, I think. I wouldn't mind. It looks like a squished ribbon, maybe. I like to cheat and just flip the sprite without changing the shadows. Yeah, I don't blame you for doing it. Unfortunately, I have a design rule for everything I make, that the shadows need to be this direction, the shading needs to be from this direction, so I unfortunately cannot afford or I want to keep some kind of bar, some standard, and I hate myself for it every time. Basically, I worked out a flow how to quickest well, I'm not sure it's a flow, but I've done it a few times now, because you can flip it, but then you need to flip the shading as well, and it's not too bad usually, but it's still a lot of work. And that's, you know, if this wasn't an isometric game, that wouldn't have been as hard, I think. Or if I would have baked in like a normal map or something and done the shading on the GPU. I didn't go that route because I felt normal map felt overkill. But I'm not sure. I would also like to try at some point having a that's probably more work, but having a 3D model and then make it render into, into 2D if possible. Probably that squish probably loses too much information, like making it look not so good after, so it's probably not a good idea. You like the ribbon? It would be nice if there were some other types, or even better if it was actually an item you put on. Oh. I kind of dislike you, but for that, because it's a really nice idea. It's more work, but it's not a lot of work, is it? Because I have the ribbon right here. I might need to check out that branch thing. Switch around, switcheroo. I need a text update anyway, so adding ribbon would be easy. I'm just thinking, because if you put if it's just for the present, I think it's overkill. But when you think about putting a ribbon on... I can't come up with anything, but what if putting a ribbon on a log is something you want to do? Ah, that's very interesting. Okay, let's do it this way then. Sorry for this. So really interesting. I'm gonna try it. Put a ribbon on a Christmas tree, yeah. A lot of my early sprites have mismatched shadows, but my latest ones I've kept making the effort of shading each sprite right. Oh, cool. I guess that's sort of like the learning thing as well. I don't remember how the initial builds of the game were. I know the graphical style was way simpler and way worse. So I definitely had a learning experience as well. So right now everything is it's kind of quick for me to make the same consistent style. But I upgraded my skills a few times, basically. So I actually redid a lot of the assets, which sucks. But, you know, what can I do? What was I doing? Right. So maybe I do the... Sorry, I need to think a second. Release branch, maybe? It would make sense, because we only need the... Should be fine. Should be fine. Okay, release 1.3. Does it go like that? No. There we go. This is actually a new branch. Sorry, you cannot see this. It's not super fun, but... I would close VS down. Okay, because then we can try making a ribbon at least. Custom document. Here we go. No. No. Am I? Yeah. We have this one, and then we have. Eh? Oh, what? Okay, wait a minute. Ah, here we go. Clipboard. Silly me. Yes. And keep this. I mean, it's a good idea. Like, there's no tech for it yet, but there's also the reason I haven't made it. Okay, rewind. At some point, someone wanted to have maybe, I don't remember what it was, but sort of like maybe, I think it was vines, like vines that you could put. The idea was to be able to put vines on anything, like put vine on my house, put a vine on my fence, on my tree. And that's not really how the stacking would work in the game. But what if it was possible to customize somehow with some magic tech, and the vine is like a... What's the name for it? There's a game term for it. Sorry, not customization, but cosmetic stuff, right? So what if the vine is a cosmetic thing, and like the ribbon is a cosmetic thing, and you can put ribbons on certain cosmetic points on certain items, and I wouldn't mind too much to do that tech, because there would be so much cool things you could do, like here's your Christmas tree, or whatever it's called in game. Not Christmas, but same, whatever. And you actually put the things on it that you want, the colors that you want. Sounds tedious. Not sure it would be easy to control, because you need to do it with the mouse and also like a gamepad somehow, or you know, things like that. But it could be cool. I don't know how I entered this topic. Right, I haven't made a tech for it, but now and then it resurfaces in my head, like maybe this is a good idea. And the ribbon sounds like the same thing. You know, maybe, because maybe you don't want to put a vine on your tree, but you put a ribbon on it instead. I want to update my magic mod, giving it the same treatment as my bug mod. Resprites, new contact, sorry. Resprite, oh right, that mod, yeah. The huge one. But there's 30 items and 30 plus creatures, and just thinking about it makes me want to procrastinate. What is it that makes you wanna, is it, so I need to, is it sort of like an overhaul that you would need to revisit things, you mean, and not just adding? Because yeah, I could see that becoming a procrastination issue for sure. Let's see, this is 11 wide. This is 11 here. So we're missing 4 pixels. 22. Oh, of course. Okay, let's try saving this as base. Yes, items. Like so. And then we would need to, let's launch the editor. It's coming any moment now. I have a script that also always rebuilds the editor, because I had some issues before when, because I'm doing development as well, where my source code would be outdated from the editor and I would mess stuff up. So now it just automatically builds it to the newest version whenever I launch, but you never had that issue. That's good. You have to go, dinner, yep. Enjoy your dinner, Anub. Thank you, and good luck with the rest of the stream. Thank you so much. I will just try the ribbon and see how it works. Maybe I like it, maybe I don't. If I don't, I think I will just slap it on the gifts for now. Yeah, it will be what it is for now. But enjoy, and I see you next time. Or if you somehow is back before before I'm done. I don't think so. I want to be done in maybe 10. Okay, ribbon. Export. Here. Oh, you can't see. Well. Ribbon. Here's the editor. So it would merely be new item. Oh, you can see some stuff. 2.7. Let's skip this for now. I just want to try stack size small and probably vertical offset of 2. Let's make it cheap. Ribbon everything. Need to double check. How did I do? Yeah, direct. All right. Technically it's creative, not collectible. You can always walk on top of it. And it's yeah, it's random with depth, good. Should be on. Let's try save and then boot up the really old version of the game. Oh. I'm getting tired. There are so many good ideas. Why did you have to say the ribbon thing? Okay, let's start. Oh wait, this is stupid. I didn't add the ribbon. It's close. Uh-oh, yeah, good. Good. There we go. Welcome to the source code. Not much more than those lines. It's basically everything. New Horticular game. Game equals new Horticular game. Game.start. Then we're done. Dev test. Here we go. Classic thing. And now... Am I blind? Oh, don't say it's in here. Well, the ribbon is in there. That's fine. Because sometimes I accidentally put stuff in the wrong category. What? No. Am I blind? It's deleted. It has to be. Right. Okay, I need to restart again. Sorry. Let's undelete. And go. But worst case, it won't look good. And then I just keep it on the present. And wonder if... Yeah, it won't be for the next update. I have too much to do for that one. I mean, the next big one. But I'm still, you know, this idea of customizing items even more, it's still in my head. So we'll see if that happens. Because then the ribbon could make it into its own thing in that update, for instance. Could be cool. Now it's time for... Please, don't say it's here. Good. How am I... Am I blind? Yes. Present! Look at them. Stack. And then Mr. Rebon. No, right, it's not in here. Oh! Oh no! It's too cute. Uh-oh. That's way too cute. Oh no, and then I can add different variations of the ribbon. And now you can make all the presents you want. Okay, now the big thing is, what happens if we put a ribbon on a stool? Not as cute, I would say. That's funny, because it works real well with this one. The stool might not have the best height set up. Yeah. I guess it's off by a pixel or so. But, I mean, you have a data prop item 2.27. Shadow size is small. Nah. Oh, tony? A tony. Tiny? What else could we put? Oh no, this is the old campfire. When you see the new one, you will be amazed. What else? I guess what could be introduced is another stack size that is extremely small. So the ribbon would be like this extremely small thing. So, and would work on most items then. That could be one way to go as well. Like this thing, for instance. I don't want anything to be stacked on it, or it's not that I don't want to, but it wouldn't look too good even with a pitch torch. But with a ribbon, another way to go, instead of making like a super custom decoration system. I don't think I should commit to such a thing, right? Oh, look. Oh. Such a thing on a whim. But I will think on this. I think it's a good input. It's an interesting direction. And I guess that would be the stack size for the pinwheel then as well. So then you could put a pinwheel on a grave or so. Okay, that's cool. That's good. I think we end the stream now. I'm going to... Let's see. I think I will add ribbons to the... Well, I will do it quickly. I will add these ribbons as is. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. Yes, to have them in. If I don't come around to doing any changes. And then... How do I do this the quickest? This is so boring. And then we'll see. Oops. Because the bad thing would be to, when you add, to just add a new item and then regret it because you would like it to be a different kind of item, and then you cannot really roll that back. Or not easily, at least. Oh, this is bad. Maybe the tall ones don't have ribbons. Or maybe the ribbon is on the side. No. I mean, that could be a good variation as well. I mean, I know I could. I know I'm lazy. But I like to have some variation between the different kinds. Maybe I'll keep this for now. I think it's really cute. It's a bit annoying. Yeah, as I said though, I don't want to... Because when you add something, it's really hard to roll it back. Because people might have placed the items everywhere, and the best thing you could do is to remove the item, and but then all people's who had that item's saves would be flagged with missing data, and while it's no problem, it looks scary probably for people, so I rather err on the side of caution and not add anything, I think, now, and then, you know, be able to add it later. That's an easier approach. But cool. We got some polish on the gifts as well. This wasn't even the main task. Speaking of ribbons, actually. Let's try adding it here as well. Why not? Put it on top, maybe? Yeah. Look at that. Maybe like so? Not sure I like it there, actually. Trying things. No. No. This feels a bit too much or something. I don't know. The pixels don't really work together. And here we don't really see the ribbon. Oh, annoying. Okay, I think this is good enough, or otherwise it gets a bit too busy up top. Though the shadow is not good enough. I will fix that as well before I'm done. There we go. Cool. Oh, I also see another thing. I don't want this shadow here. There we go. Good enough. Cool. Thank you so much for watching and showing up and talking in chat. And if you watch on YouTube later, thank you for watching later. I hope the stream was okay-ish. Wasn't maybe the most inspiring stream or exciting stream, but I got my work done, which is good. Antler ribbons. That was the main point, basically. And yeah, I don't think there's too much more for now. There's an update in a week and a bit. Should be right, yeah. A week and a bit. Should be fine, we'll see. I think we will be fine launching next week. Won't have too much. 2 new settings, a bug fix, a new lore image. That's kind of it. And it's also preparing the stuff for the holiday thingy. So there will be a point patch in December that updates everything to include the holiday event, which is basically like the Halloween thing. It's super small, but gives you some other decorations to put in your garden, and that's kind of it, I think, update-wise, coming up. There will probably be, I mean, I guess there will be a sale at that point as well, if anyone's interested in that. But yeah, I think this year is now not coming to an end, but coming to an end with updates. And I'm basically now in production mode again, working on the next big thing, like for Horticular. And that's going to be quite something. And once I'm ready to share something visual, I will on Discord. So yeah, keep your eyes out open for that. Cool. Thanks for being here. It's time for me to hit the button, and as usual, it takes a while. Also, I don't know if when I press end broadcast, I actually don't know if it's ended when I press, and like, how do I put this? Because the data is transferred to YouTube, and I know there's a delay, and it's quite big on YouTube, it seems, like 15 seconds at least. So I don't know if things are just abruptly ended, or if it's actually ended at the end of the stream, so you actually get to see and hear this, because I'm pressing now.